Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. As you can see, probably by my face, today we're going to do a get ready with me. I have been a little less active on my YouTube for the last while and I just wanted to talk about that. And I thought, why not do it while we're doing my makeup? So I'm gonna try and do a look with this shadow from my beauty shop called Blush, because that's in my Alice in Wonderland project and I haven't used it yet. And it's not really a shadow that I would wear to the office, so I'm gonna use it today. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do something pink yellow with this. I don't know, we shall see, and then we'll just chat. So I have my eyelids primed and set. I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit more. Please excuse my nose. I have been getting these like super tiny pimples on the like bridge of my nose and the sides, just there. So not like on my actual nose, but just like the sides. And it's really weird. They hurt like hell. And I don't know why I'm getting them. It's like that's the only place they're popping up. And I thought maybe it was tied in with my cycle, like getting my period, but they just pop up. I don't know. And I don't seem to get rid of like the ones in the middle. They get crusty and I don't know. I try not to touch them, but it's tempting. Okay, let's not talk about my nose pimples. Let's talk about the channel, and also let's talk about the shadows I'm going to be using. I think it's going to be between the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place and the Give Me Those Summer Vibes palette, because there's shadows in there that are similar, so I'm going to kind of see what I like. And I feel like those reds, oranges, yellows would go nicely with that shimmer. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. We're gonna go for it. Who cares? It's makeup, it's creative. There's no right or wrong to that. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and first of all just show my face, because that has been a while. I have done, ooh, that is pigmented. That is gonna stain my eyes. I think, am I gonna regret this? I don't know. I don't know. Like I was saying, wow, already getting sidetracked. I have uploaded 2 more videos lately that were collection videos, so I wasn't showing my face there. I just shot them overhead. That was also like the easiest for that type of video, so that had not really any other reasoning than that's just the way that I shoot those videos, and that's like the easiest. So it's been a while since I've showed my face, and the reason being is there's been some changes in my life and I just haven't found the time and also kind of the will to film. So in the beginning of starting my channel, well, in the very beginning, I was homesick because I needed surgery for my hip. So I had loads of time to film, and it was kind of a distraction of what was going on and the fact that I couldn't do my job. And that all kind of went south because I just had a shitty job. Let's just put it that way. I left that job and then I got a job for 3 days a week. So I had 2 days where I could film. So initially I started the job and it was 3 full days and 2 half days. So I used my afternoons to film. But that eventually went to 3 days. By my consent, by the way. That's what I wanted. It was not like they didn't want me for longer, but I wanted to go back to 3 days, and that was what we initially talked about when I got that job. So I did 3 days, and then 2 days I was at home. So that would have been the Tuesdays and Thursdays. And now Tuesdays I also always visit my horse. If you didn't know, I have a horse that I share with my in-laws. So I visit him 3 times a week. My brother-in-law visits him 3 times a week, and then my parents-in-law go once a week because they live further away. Tuesday is a day that I visit my horse, so I would do that, and then I would have pretty much the whole day to myself on a Tuesday, and then Thursdays I didn't have anything that I needed to do. So on those days I would make time to film. I would do work in the house, keep things clean, you know, that kind of stuff. But I would have like a lot of freedom, and I would use that to film. Oh my gosh, I love this yellow. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. These colors are like my happy colors. I cannot wait for it to be summer for me to like wear this every day. So Tuesdays and Thursdays would be my days off, and I would use those to film. I had this quite good setup schedule of what I needed to upload, and then I would most of the time try to film that 2 weeks in advance, just so I would have a little bit of air for myself, so I wasn't rushing filming things, and I would also have like the space to sometimes not film if I didn't feel like it, or if I wanted to do something else. Like my husband sometimes took a day off with me so we could go places, you know. So that was kind of what I had going on. Then if you have been on my channel for a while, you know that I started a new job in March of last year. Was it March? I think it was. That's almost a year ago. That's crazy. That is, as I'm filming this, like tomorrow, exactly a year ago. That's crazy to think about, that I've been there for a year already. Yeah, okay, but that's something else. Wow, what a realization. So yeah, I started there also for 3 days a week, and then my days off were Tuesday and Wednesday. But after a month, they were like, hey, could you maybe help us out for 4 days instead of 3? Is that something you're interested in? And I was like, sure, that's okay. I would do 1 day at home. That's possible with our company, so that's great. And I did that. So I'm doing 4 days now, 3 days in the office, 1 day at home. It's gonna be I don't know how interesting it is to think about this, but I feel like I have to give you backstory for this. So then Tuesday would be my day to film, and I did that for a long time, and that was fine as well. Like, it was tighter to get videos up. I would have to film more in 1 day, but it was fine. Like, I wasn't stressing or anything. Like, I was just vibing. And I also knew that this is my hobby. So if I would miss an upload, sometimes it would get to me, but most times I was like, yeah, it's not like, guys, you guys are paying for this to see me do this or whatever. It's just for fun. So that worked out. Then, and I don't want to like get into this too much because it's not really my place to talk about this, but my husband got let go from his job, and he was working full times, day shift and night shifts, but he was at home. So like, we really had to kind of work to find out our place, because I was very used to having that 1 day a week just for me, And not to say that I didn't want him around or that I wasn't enjoying having time with him, but I did notice that I was kind of lost in, like, Tuesday was my day and I filled it the way I wanted to fill it, and I didn't have to think about anything else, and I just had the house for myself and time and places to film all the time, like that day. So having him around, it was nice because I really like spending time with him, and we had the time to do a lot of fun things on, like, in the middle of the week, where like things as visiting theme parks weren't busy, and you know, there were just a lot of good things about it. The holidays, we had extra time together, which was so nice because he usually worked holidays, so I was very happy about that. But I know, speaking for myself, I also had this like sort of feeling of loss. And not to say that my husband restricts me from doing what I want to do, but somewhere it feels really selfish to say, hey, I'm gonna be doing this all day and it's just for me. And filming is something that's my hobby that I like to do. So it felt, I don't want to say inappropriate because that's too much, but it felt stupid to film while he was around. I was like, I prefer spending time with you than filming. So filming got kind of pushed to the back burner, and that's okay. But I'm still kind of trying to find my way around. Like, what do I want to do? Do I really miss filming? Because there's times where I do, and there's also a lot of times where I'm like, I don't really care. Which I feel kind of sad about because this really was like my thing. So I have lost that spark a little bit, I think. But I want to get back into it. Also, like, we've really found sort of our ways of who does what now that my husband is home more, and how do we like spend our days. So it's getting better, but that was kind of why I disappeared. It's intense, but I love it. And that's also kind of why, like, I'm trying to find my way back into filming. Today is a Saturday. He's gone with some friends. I'm eating a hair. Okay, that was a cat hair. And I'm just happy that he also spends time with like his friends. And I know some people would be like, wow, okay, so he leaves you alone at home, and I don't feel like that's the case. Like, I'm enjoying having this time, especially because now I can film and I can like do my thing, and don't feel sort of guilty because he's home as well, and I also like to do things with him. Is this making any sense? I don't know. I just hope that you guys know that, like I said, he's not restricting me to not film. That was my own choice, and this has been like my own personal journey where I just had to find sort of my ways as to how do I feel about this and what do I want to do, and I don't know, things have changed. So that kind of also asks for me to change. So, and I think that's a good thing. You know what, life isn't always the same and things do change along the way, and that helps you kind of shape yourself as a human. And I don't know if I'm making any sense. You know what? That's just been why I've been absent. And this is the makeup. It's coming together. Is it intense? Yeah. I don't know, it's tropical. And I really love these shadows. I've been thinking about combining this palette with my Zulu palette because there's overlap. But now that I'm using this, I'm like, I don't know if I can let go of any of these shadows because they perform so nicely. They're so cool. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, do I put some like base color on before I put the shimmer? There's also something in my eye. What is going on? Probably another cat hair. Yep, definitely cat hair. I'm gonna put a little bit of a base, I think. Like a little bit of a pinky before I put my Mica Beauty Shop. I think, would that be too dark? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna put this pink under as like a base for the Mica Beauty Shop one. I'm gonna just, ooh, I just kicked my tripod. I'm gonna just apply this with my fingers. I have been loving applying shadow with my fingers because it's been so easy and I've been getting such good color payoff and a lot less fallout. See, this is another one of those shadows that I was like, I think I can let go of this, but now putting it on my eyes, that is gorgeous. I love that. Like, it's not enough for this look. We're gonna go sparklier. We're gonna go more sparkly, but just for like everyday wear, that is gorgeous. I don't use that enough, that's for sure. So as for projects, those have also kind of been on the back burner. I don't know if I can bring back enough to keep up the schedule as I had it, like 2 times a week and then sometimes even 3 times a week. I was doing a lot of projects and I feel like now that I've taken a little bit of a step back for a while, there's some that I've been missing and there's been a lot that I haven't been missing. It kind of has 2 sides. Projects have kept me, I don't know, sort of accountable to use more of my shadows. Say pan those eyeshadows I got shadows in, and then like no pan left behind. Whatever I was doing, there was always shadows to use, and I was always, well, sort of pushing myself to use those shadows because they were in a project. Now that I don't have that anymore, I have a sense of sort of freedom, so I don't feel as pushed and stressed to use those shadows. But it has also led to me being less creative. Like, I go for the same shadows every day, and there have been days where I was like, I'm so boring. Why am I not doing things like this on a day-to-day basis? Because this is cool and I love this and this makes me happy. So, you know, I don't know. It has 2 sides. Okay, we're gonna put on the star of the show, blush. I'm really hoping this goes with this look. Because it is, oh my god, that is very flaky. That is like cooler toned pink, but since it has like yellow green reflect, I think it could work. So fingers crossed. Full concentration. That is a beauty. She's so gorgeous. See what I mean with I want to go more sparkly? See the difference? I mean, this would work. I think in my humble opinion, I would wear this to the office. This, I don't know, maybe that's just ever so slightly one bridge too far. Not sure, not sure. Maybe I should just do it. Because I've had sparkly eyeshadow in the office, but it was usually browns and neutrals. But you know what? Maybe after a year, it's time to let everybody see. I was gonna say show and see at the same time. Maybe it's time to let everyone see what I really, really love. And that's sparkly in your face eyeshadow. That caused a little bit of fallout. These shadows are flaky, but my god, they are beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Okay, we're also gonna do some on the bottom lash. These flaky shadows just a little bit harder to apply with a brush because the flakes just fly away. Whereas with your finger, you can just pat them down. Okay, there's that. Okay, I'm so out of this filming. I just filmed that I was using my Colourpop Glam Gel liner in the shade Punch for the first time ever, and I was talking about how I bought this in October and I hadn't used it yet, and this was going to be a great time. I applied it on my waterline. I mean, you can sort of see it. I'm not like wowed, but my camera cut filming because I have been filming for 25 minutes already and I didn't even notice. So yeah, wow, talk about rusty. I'm gonna do my mascara and I'll be right back, okay? Oh, wow. I feel like I have been using this, what are you called? Maximum Definition Volume mascara by Essence for the longest time, and I love this mascara. I love this little wand. It's like the sort of silicone-y wand. They changed the packaging because it used to be more like shiny orange packaging and now it's this matte orange kind of thing. It says same formula, new look. I don't trust that shit. This has been so dry and crusty so much faster than it used to. Like, I started using this mascara in January and normally I would use that for over 3 months. I would like hold myself accountable to throw away the mascara after 3 months, and that is when, like, after 3 months it would start to get kind of dry and flaky and I would find like little bits on my cheeks because it was getting dry and it would be easy or like difficult to use. I have been using this one for 2 months now. Like I said, tomorrow is the 1st of March and it has been doing the flaky thing for at least 2 weeks now. I will go to the bathroom and look in the mirror and I will see like black little flecks on my cheeks because it's dry. So this sticker, same formula, new look, I don't buy that shit. They changed something about the formula. It is not as good as it used to be. Oh my gosh, the sun is coming out. It's blinding me. I hate when brands do that. I hate when food brands do that. And they're like, we've upgraded this or that. Or they're like, the recipe's better now. I'm like, no. It was good to begin with. Why did you change it anyway? And now it's worse. Don't give me that shit. I hate that. Okay, wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to move back. Because this is crazy. Crazy. Let's sit here. This is the look. think it turned out pretty cool. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about this tropical vibe. I love this. I love this. And I also have to film quite a bit still, so I'm happy that I did this. And you can get to see this look for a while. I'm gonna do some blush and highlighter. I also need to film an update for my face palette because that's new on my channel. I've been panning a blush. It's actually an eyeshadow from my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette they have here. So I'm not going to show you what that looks like, but I'm excited to update that. That's exciting, and I also really need to update my palette. I need to update my Alice in Wonderland project. And then I think there's not really any ongoing projects right now. Expand those pans. Excuse me, Mike. How could I forget that? I love that one. So yeah, a lot to film and a lot to edit. But I have this whole day, so I'm excited. Let's do... I'm gonna do this kind of orangey highlighter. I don't know, I'll mix it with the champagne as well. You know what? We can just do that. Mix and match. Ooh, I'll top it off. Okay, some white in the inner corners. And a bit of a highlight there. Let me find the tiniest pencil in the existence of my makeup collection. It's crazy. And I also need to sharpen it. And I also really need to empty the sharpener because it's bursting open. Straight away the white pencil got pink, but you know what? It's okay. I'm just gonna do a highlighter from the highlighting palette. There's this one highlighter that I don't really use on my face, but that's fine for my inner corners, so I'm just gonna do that. Again, I'm not gonna show you the palette because that's for the update for my face palette, so I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait for that one, or maybe it's gone live already before this video. Who knows? There it is. Okay, so that is my finished look. Oop. Kick the tripod again. Wow, I'm really rusty. Yeah, this is what we have going on. I'm gonna do something on the lips, but I'm not really sure what yet. So I'm gonna rummage through the drawers and figure something out, but this is it for now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know, I just like talking to you and doing my makeup, so I had fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. That will hopefully come a little bit sooner than this one came. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.